New World Eternum patch 1.3.0.5 is here, and oh my goodness, it's gonna be huge. Okay, that's a bit of a lie, but I thought we'd go through it, and there's something I need to tell you about the future of me, New World, and this channel, so stick with me. As we just said, that patch number, which I'm not going to go through because it's too long, is coming tomorrow. Now, the patch itself is actually first thing in the morning in EU. It's actually last thing tonight if you're in Pacific time, and it's going to bring back the Outpost Rush Coral Divide, and it has some normal patch notes as well. Not only that, but we're getting a huge event. We're getting the Rabbit's Revenge, which has some interesting new rewards. There's nothing majorly wrong about this, but there's a new skin that you can get. Everything except the helm. The helm is going in the paid store. Not necessarily the most disastrous or craziest thing in the world, but I just wanted to mention it. And as I said, the Coral Divide is coming back. Now, this I actually think is coming back in the evening tomorrow, probably like midday around about Pacific time. I don't know exactly, but it's not going live as soon as the patch goes live. It's going live later on. There's no rewards for participating this time, but it is going to be available for 1 week. And the things that they are doing in this preview, and yes, it obviously should just be releasing, and we all know that or what have you, but the things that they're doing in this preview are those. Now, some of these were already previously announced. Very quickly go through them. They've cleaned up some of the collision to help navigating the map. This one's a little bit bittersweet, right? Because they've actually removed some vegetation to help with visibility and performance. Yeah, but it looked good. They've made it so that both sides get to the middle at the same time. They've reduced or adjusted the lighting and reduced the saturation to improve with visibility. Kind of like how saturated it was. I hope it's not like barren now. I hope there's actually still color there. They've made the bridges cost less and you can build them from either side. They've removed the barriers to barren because you don't need them because there's already like a wall in the way. They've adjusted the caves and stuff like that to improve visibility. I mean, the caves, if I'm honest, were boring when they were in the game, and I kind of suspect they've not changed. It's definitely not a perfect map, and I don't think some of the major feedback they'll actually be changing, maybe in the next one. And then they've fixed a couple of issues that were obviously bugs, such as being able to get to a platform and then bypass the gates to some of the outposts. Okay, fine. Now, this one isn't a fix at all. It's something new and a little bit confusing to me, to be honest with you. They're introducing the Amazon Games ID. Now, a bit of me thinks that this is a setup for a future project. Obviously, there's not really much reason to be doing this to New World right now. So I think this is probably the future of the game, or maybe a different release on a different platform. Let me explain. When you log in now, you're going to get a prompt that says log in with your Amazon Games ID via a QR code. It's not required, so you don't necessarily have to do this, but if you do, you get some rewards. Think of this kind of like Prime Gaming, but not. They do say though, please note that linking your account will permanently tie all game progress and purchases to your Amazon Games ID. What does that mean? And why? Right now, it's just in Steam. Are they actually trying to make your progress cross-platform on some level? Are they trying to make it so that you can play on PC and play on console with the same character if you have the same login? Are they perhaps going to release New World on a different platform other than Steam? Then we can all stop berating its play numbers perhaps. Or is this just, please use this so you're ready for our next game? I'm not sure if Throne of Liberty uses that or Lost Ark, to be honest with you. Then we have some actual fixes. Now, one of these, well, actually quite a few of these annoy me, to be honest with you. The first one is this, and maybe the one that actually irritates me the most. We are currently looking into the cause of the VFX culling across Eternum and have implemented changes that will resolve some of these visual effects culling issues, but not all of them. This is a high priority for the team, so we'll continue to dive into this to provide a full fix. Yes, it's good that it's been fixed, but if it really was a high priority, couldn't this have been looked at, I don't know, 3 months ago when it actually started happening? I don't know, that kind of seems like that would have been an indication that it was a priority rather than, now. Okay, I mean, the reason this is happening, by the way, is in Gorgon, at least, when you get to the last boss and even some of the second boss and all kinds of different things, you can't see some of the mechanics. You'll just be stood there and you'll fall asleep because you're studying the white stuff. Some of the shrine things aren't working. It's just chaos, right? And it's one of the reasons I stopped doing the Gorgon runs, because they were very annoying to do instead of fun. That's also happening in mutations, but I don't really do those. So it's just bad and awful, and it's been too long, and they need to fix it quickly because it's very irritating. They've also fixed an issue with body blocking in raids if you're on the PvP server. Kind of a lols. I'm not sure anybody's actually doing the raids on the PvP server. They seem sort of dead to me. Let me know if they're not. They fixed an issue causing Typhoon to sometimes remain in phase 2 when phase 3 is initiated. So that's the second boss in Gorgon. I've never actually seen that bug, but I'm pretty sure we've seen that patch note quite a few times. Speaking of a patch note that we've seen quite a few times, this one I think is in literally every single patch ever. They have fixed an issue that allowed players to activate Hatchet's Berserk ability without playing its animation. We've seen that before. I actually knew of a way of doing it because somebody told me on my stream, and I was like, oh, that's cringe. People are probably macroing it. People are just consistently finding macros to try and do this. And they keep like plugging the hole right, but they keep failing. Either they're just doing a different way or they're doing the same way and they're not fixing it. I don't really know, but I keep seeing this patch note, so something's not working. They've fixed the Season Pass Hail to the King Seasonal World bonus challenge task, not mentioning the fact that you need a melee weapon. I don't know what that one is. I'm probably not doing them, but okay, they didn't mention you needed a melee weapon. Now it mentions it, so crack on if that's the one you were struggling with. And that's everything, right? One thing that's really missing here is that we're not actually getting any balance changes. Kind of feel like Void Blade should be definitely tweaked a little bit relatively sooner rather than later, but Amazon Games say no, so what do I know? Probably nothing. I mean, I'm garbage at the game anyway. But yeah, no balance changes. We'll probably get that in Season 8. Season 8, by the way, the dev video has been confirmed to be coming at some point after the Outpost Rush showcase. I think Lydia said that on Discord. Now, there's a question there in that it could technically be the 21st, but technically the 21st is actually during the Outpost Rush showcase. The only day that meets all of the conditions for the dev video is actually April 28th, because that is after the Outpost Rush showcase. And in Discord, they said it would be next month, and that would be next month. If you're going to May, technically that would be beyond next month. So a dev video probably on the 28th of April. Now, I'm not going to bore you with a lot of details, but I'm kind of not moving past New World, but I'm going to have a break from New World, starting with June Awakening. I think Season 8's not going to have much in it, and quite frankly, if I keep banging my head against the wall with New World, I'll get super bored. So I'm going to give June Awakening a try on the 15th of May, because I'm going to probably have the early pre-order edition. If you want to come and play with me, join me on Twitch. It's a game that I will not be there. I'll not be playing June Awakening in 10 months' time. It's a game we're going to play for a good time, not necessarily a long time. But if you want to come and join the guild, and maybe that's something that appeals to you, then, you know, join the Twitch, join the Discord. It's all there. However, there is something I need to kind of tell you guys. My main channel, which is just J Oddity, that is sticking with Chrono Odyssey. I am very excited about that game. I can now officially tell you that I have played it, and I'm very much looking forward to it. For me, that's effectively my main game, even though it's not out yet. That channel is dedicated to it. That's where all of my resources that I can be bothered putting into anything, it's going into Chrono Odyssey, and maybe Arcade Chronicles as well, actually, but we'll see what that one's like. That's J Oddity, right? But this channel is called New World Oddity. Well, I'm probably changing that. And I know some of you might be disappointed. You might be like, Jay, I didn't sign up for that. You literally put New World in the title. I always said from the start, if you ever go back and watch some of the first videos of this channel, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. Well, I still don't have any idea what I'm doing, and I'm still just doing it. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do like June Awakening guides, because I'm in this kind of like preview event thing that I'm allowed to disclose, by the way. I'm not breaking NDA. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to say that you were in it and a video's coming. So I've had early access, so I might do some guides, might do some news, and I'll probably just rename this channel. And if you want to leave and you think I'm not interested in those videos, fine. I will go back to New World probably in Season 9. I think Season 9 in October, they'll be either like free to play, probably more likely a paid expansion though. So I will be back to New World. I'm not moving away or quitting New World. I'm just probably temporarily going to have a break. But I felt like I needed to tell you, because some of you might be very confused when you see a different name. It's not going to be June Awakening Oddity or anything like that. It'll be a bit more of a generic name, but I will still do like New World on it. And to be honest, I think that there's a lot of people who played New World who kind of like the idea of June Awakening. So we'll see if it's a game that we can enjoy. Again, Twitch, Discord, you know how it is. For now, have a most beautiful day though. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.